first?
Oh, now the lowest common denominator problem. I'm moving that to problem 4.
Okay. Can I explain what that means?
Yes, you can. Catherine?
That means that you just want the denominator. That doesn't mean reduce each fraction to the lowest term. Just the bottom numbers, which number goes into both.
Right. Right.
Number 4. You got it right? Hollers! We got it right!
Okay, so here you have 3/9 and 3/4. And we want to know what the lowest common denominator is. In the book, this is on page 256 and 257.
256.
There's 2 methods. One is to get multiples of the largest denominator and then find when the other denominator will go into that. So let's, which of these is the largest? 9. Okay? So what are multiples of 9? 9, 18, no, multiples means
27,
27,
36,
36. And we'll go with 45, okay? Now, so those are the multiples of the largest number. And now which of these numbers, if any, does 4 go into?
36.
4 goes into 36. And so that is your
Lowest
common denominator.
common denominator.
Okay? So we got it method 1 this way. Method 2, which is also again found on page 256 and 257. With this, I want to do the second method of this one, okay?
Okay.
The second method is prime factorization. You get the same answer. You take the two denominators and you break them up into their prime factors.
3, right? 9. And 2, 4. 2, 2.
Okay.
That's easy.
And then if there's any common prime factors, you take the greatest number. So then they say to circle, that's all we're working with. And so in this case, you can take 9 times 9 and multiply by 4. And you in other words, you multiply all these together.
Yes.
Okay?
Do not do, this is what you gotta explain also. Do not do, like, to get 36 for both. You know how you need to add fractions? You know how you gotta convert them into,
They have to have the same denominator.
Do not multiply. You see 3 over 9 to get 36, you gotta multiply by 4. I think that's another thing that they do. Because if I was doing that and then I caught myself, like, don't do that.
Well, if you just ask, you have to read the questions carefully. If you just ask for the lowest common denominator, and a little clue in there is they had the word "and." It wasn't even like it wasn't a math operator. It was just saying.
That's what they get confused also.
Yeah,
They convert it.
I understand. That's why we go over it and over it and over it.
When you
Okay?
see LCDs,
Evelyn.
just get the
Huh?
denominator.
You want to do number 5? Okay, we're going to do number 5.
They go into the
Number 2,
number.
too, because I don't know how to like that.
36.
Because I got 27 over 36. I know what I did there.
You multiply.
We're on part 2 right now.
Yeah, I know.
You multiply, so
I did. I multiplied. That's
yes.
Right. It asks you to find the lowest common denominator. Okay? Again, just to review, you can take multiples of the largest denominator and then find which one of those that the smaller denominator can also evenly divide into, or break it down to prime factors. And then the prime factor that has the largest number is the one you use. So just for example, we had the number 6 in here. That would be 2 and 3. We would still use the 2 times 2 because there's more. It's 2 to a higher power than this one, and 3 to a higher power. And guess what? You get 36, and 6 also goes into 36, so it works. And if you had 6, it would also work here because the first, well, no, it wouldn't. The first thing that 6 goes into is 18. However, 4 doesn't go into 18, so you'd have to keep going until you get to 36, and then all 3 of them divide into